A few different SaaS tools that we use and rely on heavily at Fin versus Fin include. Hi there, my name is Alex Goldberg, and I'm the founder of Fin versus Fin. My company is a portfolio of product review websites that focus on health and wellness brands. So we are partnered today with over 300 telehealth, telemedicine, wellness brands that and drive traffic to them through organic SEO as well as paid media. And we've been around for about 5 years. I started the company as a side hustle. I was working as a growth marketer in early stage tech companies, and decided to start tinkering on the side and nights and weekends, and eventually started to drive some high intent traffic to some of these brands and develop partnerships. And fast forward, 5 years later, I run a small team of, a handful of full-time employees, as well as an army of contractors who work asynchronously across the globe and contribute to different parts of the business. Yeah, just excited to keep the growth going, and it's been an amazing journey so far. Taking my side hustle to my full time job, and continuing the growth from there. An interesting fact about myself that nobody knows. Huh. Well, there's a few. I'd say kind of random, but I was in an Oscar Mayer Wiener commercial when I was a young child. Unfortunately, it didn't get syndicated, so I don't get those royalty checks, but that would have set me up nicely. Um, Slightly less random, perhaps. Kind of interesting and ironic, but I'm not actually a huge consumer myself. So it's kind of funny that I find myself, sort of comparing and reviewing health and wellness products as my career, given that I'm just a super frugal guy who actually doesn't spend a lot of time or energy on sort of my own personal wellness. So I think that's kind of ironic, and worth mentioning and disclosing publicly for once and for all. Um, yeah, and other than that, I've broken a ton of bones. I have broken my wrist 3 times playing soccer, which is kind of also sort of ironic, given it's a game you don't play with your hands. I've broken my back, I've broken my shoulder, all playing soccer. So it's clearly I have a passion for the game, but maybe should also just retire and not play anymore for my own health and wellness. A few different SaaS tools that we use and rely on heavily at Fin versus Fin include Ahrefs. That's a SEO Premier SEO software that helps us analyze our backlinks as well as research new keywords, find opportunities for SEO. There is also, of course, Trackonomics. This is a data aggregator tool for affiliates. It helps us aggregate all of our earnings as well as other affiliate data, spanning across different affiliate platforms as well as hundreds of different partners, and puts all of that data into one real-time dashboard that helps us make decisions around which pages to optimize, which partnerships to further invest in, et cetera, et cetera. So yeah, in addition to kind of Ahrefs, Trackonomics, I'd also say that Trello is a critical part of our overall team flow. It helps us get organized. It's a task management tool, and essentially allows us all to see what everyone else is working on, what the stage of the project is currently, and help us all contribute and collaborate to the overall end product. And yeah, I guess let's see what else. The last one I'll mention, I guess, is Zapier. Zapier is a data connector, essentially. So you can take 2 software tools and send the data between them without coding. And that's super helpful for me because as a non-technical founder, I'm constantly finding myself wanting to connect one data source to another without having to custom code that. And Zapier almost always has a solution, which is really amazing. So those are kind of the 4 that I would call out. Nothing super fancy, nothing actually that innovative, but very critical nonetheless. My favorite place to find talent these days. Yeah, so I've had some experience and some success working on Upwork. The challenge there is just that there's so many different freelancers, and the minute you put up a job post, you'll get inundated with responses. So I've switched to a lesser known job board called freeup.net. That one seems to be a little bit of a higher hit rate for me when it comes to reaching and finding talented folks. But the network is much smaller, obviously, than Upwork, so it depends what you're looking for. Finally, I also mentioned had some success on Wellfound, which is formerly called AngelList Talent. I found really great developers there, designers there, interns. So yeah, it just depends what you're looking for. If you're looking for a kind of a full-time hire, maybe right out of college, Handshake is a great platform. But yeah, in terms of kind of freelance talent, I'd say freeup.net and Upworker is really what I rely on. If you want to learn more about my business, you can go to finversusfin.com. That's finvsfin.com. And you can subscribe to our newsletter to get discounts to wellness brands in your inbox. You can also follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Our handle is generally at finversusfin. We're spinning up a TikTok account. It's blank right now, but could be fun to follow us there as well. And I love hearing from other founders and talking about entrepreneurial journey in general. So if you would like to email me directly, my email is just alex@finversusfin.com. And I look forward to hearing from you. Hopefully this was helpful. Thanks.